Welcome back to Professor Layton and the Last Spectre, aka the Spectre's Call, part
The
35.
final part.
Yeah, I keep forgetting which one applies to Europe and which one applies to America.
Spectre's
story
Call
so
is for
far.
Europe, Last
Thanks to
Spectre is
Lucius
for
Tyre.
America.
Thanks to Lucius'
Oh.
tireless efforts, Descalé and his machines were defeated and the town saved.
And in
mine
Japan-
too.
And in Japan, it's called Professor Layton and the Devil's Flute. Yeah, in here, instead of being a specter, it's actually named the Devil.
And the funny thing,
Like Jovah said, at this time we couldn't really say that.
Yeah.
and the funny thing is that it was
Level
American.
5's concept. Hino is very proud of the family, of the kid-friendly orientation that his company has, so he properly changes things when it comes to Western to localizations.
Not that he really had to. I mean, at the time, America was becoming more lenient to letting their children read some more risque stuff, hence the E for everyone ages 10 and up rating.
I know,
Never-
but not all parents are that open-minded.
Yeah, that reminds me, wouldn't it figure it was America that got the Layton's London life, and yet it was UK that missed out on that. Ouch.
Emulation.
So, Jovah, do you actually show all the episodes?
Yes. Starting
Alright,
with this one, Jake's
Then- then-
plots.
I'm just saying because you still have some left to unlock. It's because of puzzles that you still haven't done, I'm guessing.
Yeah, puzzles I still haven't done. Oh, there's only one left for me to do.
I forgot. Or just disappear 'em, if you know what I mean. Shut your trap. What would happen if someone heard you, you oaf?
You'd be arrested and sent to jail.
Like your evil laugh.
I wouldn't worry, boss. In this time of little people, who's gonna doubt your word, eh?
So this is basically when Jakes was sending his goons to go after Professor Layton.
Yeah. No one's gonna miss you once you've with them all. After all, you're for night chicks. And you're second mouth Bram. Now just shut up for a second and let me laugh. Sorry, I have to do that every 10 seconds. I need you to stop that prissy professor from poking. It's fun to watch him playing detective, but his attention is getting problematic. All you need to do is threaten the woman and the boy, and he'll roll over like a dog.
Oh, God, hindsight.
I'm sure the woman will in no way be dangerous.
Because she's a woman.
For roughing out that dandy and his meddling little trout, don't get your hopes up. You'll get the usual.
Yeah, except this time a boot to the head.
Just do the job and keep it quiet. Don't worry, boss. Our lips are sealed.
I got the strangest feeling I'm not going to be talking much throughout this part, have I?
Professor, you are not the only character in this game.
Yeah.
Then why do you call my game Professor Layton then?
Cellar
Because you're
rescue.
the main character. Main character doesn't automatically mean you should have all the screen time to yourself.
You see, Professor, just because Phoenix Wright, that's me, that just because my name is on Dual Destinies doesn't mean I hog all the screen time. Believe it or not, there's a thing called balance for characters who aren't as developed as you.
What was that?
So this is basically when Emmy was
It's the
going to
ghost.
Hey
There's
look, it's the
something.
same cellar that Maya's being held captive in.
Maya's trying to escape.
What's this? There's a trap door here. And it isn't made out of cardboard, huh?
So she kicks it open.
Dolan, Mrs. Triton.
By the way, Shira, you be Brenda, aka Luke's mother here. Oh,
Okay.
thank goodness. Now, madam, let's get you out of here. It must have been most harrowing for you to be shut up all this time. I regret that I could be of no use.
Luke? Clark? Are they alright?
I hope so.
Yep.
They're safe, Mrs. Triton.
You're in capable hands.
Luke is helping the professor at the moment. Are you okay?
Professor who?
Luke is with the professor. Please excuse me. I'm the assistant of Professor Herschel Layton. My name is Emmy Altava.
I never heard of him.
Yeah, remember, Amy, this is the prequel trilogy. The professor hasn't been made famous yet.
Herschel Layton? What in the world is going on? I'll explain everything later. It isn't safe here. Come with me. All right.
So, let's go over to the Crow's hideout. Of course.
After Evan Bard's death and the appearance of the Spectre, Clark became so preoccupied. He was under such stress that he almost seemed like a different man.
Ah, so even she caught on.
I worried that perhaps the Spectre had somehow possessed him. But then I realized something. I noticed that Doland was not himself either. I realized someone must be manipulating Clark.
Indeed.
I tried to alert the police then, but it was too late. Whoever it was who was behind it all somehow knew what I was doing.
Not that calling the police would have probably helped you out.
He let me live, but only as a hostage, along with Doland. Clark was doing someone else's bidding against his own will, because he feared for our safety.
Indeed.
Of course, and he couldn't say anything without risking your lives.
If only these bones were a bit younger, I could have fought him off. I used to box, you know.
Oh, Dolan, please don't. But where is Luke? I have to see him.
He's in perfect hands, Mrs.
I'll bring him back.
Triton.
But please, you must promise me that you will not return to the house until I say so.
Indeed.
Doland, would you look after Mrs. Triton? I'll be right back.
Leave it to me, miss. I shall watch over her at all costs.
Thank you, Dolan. And please be careful, Emmy.
She'll be careful, she's just going off to fight a giant mechanical monster.
Okay.
Dolan's
Dolan's trick. Behind the facade of the devoted butler, there lies a cunning and devious mind. So now we're about to see what happened behind the scenes. Still no sign of a golden garden. At this rate, we'll have to dig up the whole town. Triton, I sense that perhaps you are not being as helpful as you could be.
I'm doing all I can, but you must stop this madness. You'll destroy Misthallery completely.
You're the mayor, fire him.
Remember-
That's not his actual butler. It's Desclay in disguise who's holding the real Dolan and his wife hostage.
They're
Wait.
forcing him to do his bidding.
Yeah. Or perhaps your missing wife isn't enough of any incentive to keep you on your best behavior. If that's the case, I'd watch over your little boy if I were you very closely.
I'm in Atlas games, you know. You should pay respect to me.
Haha, I won't so much as lay a finger on him or Atlas as long as you do as I say.
Yes, of course. Just please, leave my boy alone.
It all depends on you, Triton. Drastic measures may be called for if you're not cooperative.
...
Your knowledge of Misthallery's topography, climate, and geological makeup is useful to me. Continue to please me, and I will keep you and your family safe. It is your choice, Triton.
I have a choice. Pah.
It's the Matrix again.
It appears you have visitors. Let's continue our conversation after your guests have left. There are others I can use in place of you. Remember that.
Yes, I can use myself.
Oh, Brenda. Luke.
Evil laughter.
And then he got defeated later.
On we go.
Right. We really did it!
Indeed.
Do you mean I really did it?
That was quite a trial, Professor.
Indeed it was.
But it's not Phoenix right.
Oh, here we go.
What an awfully complicated incident. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error.
Indeed.
That music sounded very different.
That's because it's from Trials
You
and
won't be able to say from
Tribulations.
this point onward. Are you ready?
Trials and Tribulations has my absolute favorite trial opening theme.
Yes, Wait, is there something wrong with Lucia?
Uh-oh.
Let me guess. Lucia needs water and fast.
No, that's not quite it.
Actually,
You're kind of onto something, but that's not quite it.
She needs something, but not for her. Let's just.
Is Lucia pregnant?
No, nothing like that.
We're about to.
She's the last of her kind, remember? She's
Let's
the last
just
of her
say
kind.
we're about to find out some of Lucia's origins.
What are you doing? What's wrong, Lucia? It's all over. We won.
It's not over. A
It's
lawyer.
not over. Everybody betrayed me. I fed up at this world.
You know what they say? A lawyer can only cry at the very end.
Fud.
It's
Nope.
not coming down.
Just open the gate!
But that's the thing. If they open the,
That,
there you go.
Lucia, if you break
that gate's been there for years, and unfortunately that's holding a lot of water back.
Please stop doing that, Lucia. Fine. I don't want to be your friend anymore. You hear me?
Drastic times call for drastic measures.
Lucia, please stop it. Why won't you listen? What do you want? What are you trying to do? What?
I want to kill
There's
everybody.
No time. No time? What is that supposed to mean?
There's no time.
There's sort of a time limit of sorts.
Get back.
Yes, there
the
is.
gate is giving way. Get to higher ground, everyone.
Quickly!
And that's it. The entire town's flooded and everyone's homeless.
Fortunately, the canals and the pipes should mitigate the damage.
Luckily.
Yeah.
How are you going to
Like I said,
mitigate
these
all
homes are
that?
probably built to withstand flooding given where they're at when they are.
There's
we
also
go.
the case about how the Spectre was causing all the decreases in ground and whatnot.
At
And
the end of the day, it's just water. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, but where are they going to live until all that's,
But it's gone already.
Wait,
You just saw it.
Again, Dwebs, this town has a particular pipe and
Water
system that
system.
allows water to be flooded almost not immediately.
Is that?
exactly.
It looks like an entrance of some sort. Professor, how on earth can we get it open?
Professor, it's your time to shine now.
Ooh, yes, okay, here we go. Lake
Final puzzle of the game.
Your
Okay.
only clue to meaning behind
Only
this
clue to
elegant...
meaning behind
Let
this
me read
elegant
it.
crest
You
is
solve it,
opening
I'll
poem.
read it.
Travel
Travel to
to paradise,
paradise,
awaken
awaken the birds with the
fruits
fruit
and
fruits, and make them
Birds
dance.
of the illusion, raise your beak and kiss the sun so the traveller may stray into a luminate paradise. That doesn't even fucking rhyme. Worst poem ever.
It's a white
Actually,
verse,
no
Professor.
hints. Let's see if you can solve it.
I can't even save the game, so
Yeah. Which means you best try
Well-
and move through.
Don't worry, Professor. This puzzle is actually quite easy.
Mm-hmm. You just push a button here, push the bottom right, the bottom left. Now go to the inner circle. Starting to see a pattern here.
There we go. Basically, I have to light all the four eyes of the bird, all the eyes of the birds, and there we go. Now you have to make them dance.
Mm-hmm. So,
what time
how
are you
do we-
guys at?
14, 11, 12.
I'm
13.
only a second behind, so it doesn't really matter.
So you rotate them, and there you go.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure.
And we end on the classic
I
animation.
love the thrill of a good solution.
Correct.
5,604
The crest-
pixels.
The crest swings back and
To reveal the
reveals.
mysterious passage.
So, Professor, ready to come across your first big discovery in your career?
Fascinating.
Why is this here? That's not the question. The question is, where does it lead?
If it leads to my back garden, that'll be so underwhelming.
It does lead to a garden, yeah.
And not just any garden.
Nope.
Wait. So we're just going to completely forget that he nearly flooded the entire town?
Actually,
It wouldn't have
she,
flooded anyway.
That's the point. Lucia wanted to bring us here.
But he nearly killed everyone.
Lucy's a she, and let's remember, thankfully the town had enough canal systems, luckily, which were sort of dug up by the Spectre while looking for the Golden Garden.
Wow, look at this place.
Light comes in through holes in the earthen ceiling and reflects through these crystals. That sunlight has sustained the vegetation here, turning it into a verdant paradise.
So this is the Golden Garden.
But it's not golden. Misleading title.
It's an entirely untouched world, and here I was thinking it would be complete with golden
Carpeted.
jewels. Carpeted.
Yeah.
Such a paradise has more value than any amount of gold. It certainly means more to Ariana.
What do you mean?
The air here is pure. As Emmy said, it is untouched. Its properties may be able to cure your illness.
How lucky!
Oh, great. It's an atmosphere that can cure illnesses. It's Star Trek Insurrection all over again.
Except done cleverly.
Really, Mr. Layton?
I think Lucia knew this. She led Ariana here in order to cure her.
There you go. That's why she wanted so badly to come.
And it's a good job you evacuated everyone, otherwise everyone would have drowned.
Yeah, that too.
They were all like Shadow the Hedgehog would say, Dwibs. Don't worry, we evacuated everyone.
To the safety zone.
Yeah. Line. Had Descalé found this place first, that would not have been possible.
So that's why Lucia was trying to stop the Spectre.
And so Lucia opposed Descalé at every turn, trying to stop him from finding this paradise. And she did it all to help cure Ariana of her illness.
It's a pretty intelligent.
Professor, we're rolling.
My narcolepsy.
Beautiful. Shut up.
But at any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth.
Indeed.
Again.
The mysteries are solved.
To an archaeologist such as myself, our find is worth more than any amount of gold.
Congratulations, Professor. You have found the Golden Garden.
Says Layton while sitting on a pile of money.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
What's the matter? Lucia! You brought us here for me, didn't you? I'm sorry. I didn't understand.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna kill everybody.
This gift. This beautiful gift. I'm sorry. Please, let's just go back to how things were. Please don't die. Lucia,
Well, you can't have
please,
everything,
you've got
can
to
you?
get up.
Afraid
Get
not.
up so I can ride on your back again, please. Lucia.
What if the kids were like dicks and started sliding on his dead body?
Oh,
It's
come on. Don't
Dwibs.
ruin me.
Dwit! It's a she, by the way.
But it doesn't look very feminine.
It's an animal.
It's a dinosaur!
Is it?
Dick Layton, stop ruining this.
And away goes the
By the way, I love whoever plays Tony in that voice acting. The woman or boy, whoever's playing, the crying sounds so freaking genuine.
Yeah. And yeah, she's really dead.
Lucia. She used her last ounce of strength to bring you to this wonderful place. She sacrificed her own life to be sure that yours would be saved. It's not fair. Did you hear what she said? What? I understood it. Lucia said...
yeah.
Thank
She
you
said,
to you both."
And now flashback.
Basically, this is what Gary Whitta was trying to do with After Earth with the eagle thing, except he actually knows how to do this.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
After Earth is hilarious.
It's amazing
Yeah.
how Lucia is a dinosaur.
The main
who-
problem me and Dwibs have with Gary Whitta's shit is that the animals have no reason. There's no reason for these animals to die, except in here there is.
Yeah, it's
you know?
amazing. It's like Lucia, a dinosaur who was it was sort of brought up in like the
Time
last
stands still
third
down
of the
here
story.
in this ancient
Ow.
paradise. Lucia must have been born here.
Yep.
I imagine she lost her parents while still young.
Basically, Lucia was a
It
prehistoric
must have been
creature.
lonely being the last of her kind.
God damn it, my narcolepsy
So she
again.
ventured out through the tunnels into the lake where she met Ariana and Tony.
Is Layton talking to himself?
She
No, he's
needed
talking to them.
friends
Oh.
after her parents died. So did we.
It's true. Lucia came to visit us often. We were lonely as well. We only had each other. Our father made a fortune on the backs of the townspeople.
Sorry, who was
After
that?
he
Who's that
died.
guy in relation to her?
Nobody would
Her-
come in
Evan,
our ears.
her father.
No, I
Evan
mean,
Bar-
no, the guy next to Ariana.
That's her
the
brother,
brother.
Tony.
Okay.
He was the one who spread the rumor of the witch curse to
That's not
have
true,
people stop
Ariana.
talking shit about her.
We were all worried about you. Please give us another chance.
Luke, if you do that for me, I will do the same for you.
So
Well,
yeah,
yes.
basically, it's a marvel
I used
how they managed to
my
make
illness as an
Lucia,
excuse
a character
to
who
close
appeared in
myself
like the
off
last
from the
third
world.
act
I
of the
see that
story,
now.
actually mean so much to the
Pity Town
players.
didn't push me away. It was my own doing.
When you feel better, you can open up to people again. The whole town will be waiting for you. I think Lucia knew that somehow. She just wanted you to be happy again.
She knew that we all need other people in our lives.
Lucia was the last of her kind.
And I still haven't learned
Loneliness
that
was all
lesson.
She knew. She wasn't alone.
Don't
when
worry,
she was
Professor,
with
you will,
That's
by
why
last
she said
future.
thank you.
Now it's my turn.
Huh?
She's not going to drown
Thank
herself,
you,
is she?
Lucia.
No.
That
Jesus
would be
Christ.
awfully
You have a very dark, twisted mind, you know. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I do.
A character
Took
just
this Ariana played
You
her
just
flute.
took this beautiful
I felt a
scene
warm breeze
and
against my
completely
cheek.
down.
Even the
Well, allow me
trees
to revive
whispered the moment.
This used to be my
We
talent.
found
This
ourselves.
is the kind of guy who, if he ever spots a plant, you will
was a
think,
moment
is this
we
plant
will
gonna
never
stop
forget.
dropping some kind of toxic
In the short
pollen that's
time
gonna
we had
kill
known her,
everybody? Like,
Ariana had grown so much.
Well, allow me to revive
And
it.
she
It's
could
like,
once
I'm
again
actually
open
amazed
her
at how
heart
level
to those who
5
cared for
has a
her.
knack for making...
It was
Basically, level 5
beautiful.
just showed how you do not only an animal character right, but also how you bring in a character in the last third
like it's
act
all
of the
over.
story.
hold on,
So who did we
parallel.
alert first?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, we discovered the Golden Garden.
No,
Get that in
Emmy.
here.
We must keep this place a secret.
Even
What?
though...
At least until Ariana
Hold on.
recovers.
Yep.
That's a bit
Wait,
of a
what?
shame. Clearly, something like this could launch your career.
Remember, at the end of
You'll be
Curious
in all
Village,
the
it was kind of the same
newspapers.
thing.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be great, Professor?
You have to keep the town safe to
suppose
keep her
so.
happy.
But don't
The
worry,
professor-
Emmy. I doubt
The
this
professor
will be the
doesn't want
last mystery
people
we
to
solve.
come to the Gold Garden at least
Countless
just yet.
puzzles out there
If
in
it's
the
any
world.
if it's
And I
any
will solve
consolation,
Hold on,
though...
hold on,
as I
Jovah.
can. Someday I will
I know.
solve that great puzzle meant only for me.
Professor,
Yes, will I stop being a dick?
please, sir. Let me go with you. I can learn from you.
Indeed!
Please.
No.
I could be Professor Layton's apprentice.
Well,
No.
Aww.
There you go. So that's how Luke became the eternal, faithful apprentice of Professor Layton.
So, yeah, if
How
not...
different would it have been if Layton just said no?
So, yeah,
It's
if I
like,
could...
thanks, but no thanks.
And now we get some stills of Ariana,
art.
Ariana and Tony growing up together with Lucia.
I think I said it was concept art.
No, it's not concept art. The credits in Layton games always have images that add a bit more to the story and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
But, yeah, one thing...
I'm not gonna bother with the credits because it's the exact same people who made the other games, so whatever.
Eh,
So,
there's
yeah,
a few new people.
Okay, Jovah, it's your playthrough, so you start with your final thoughts.
Actually, Pedro, I'm wondering if maybe I should wait till, the actual finale with, the... Well, because actually what's unique is that the episodes that show up in the finale part actually add on to the story more.
True.
And there's a particular last episode I kind of would like Dwibs and Shiroi to see before we give our final thoughts. You know the one.
Yeah, I know.
So
Instead, we can sort of marvel about what's going on in the story up top. But I did have one more thing to say, though. Like I said, level 5, classy, not only showing how to do an animal character right, but also showing how you introduce a character in the last third of the story and actually make us care deeply about him. I mean, you gotta admit, Lucia was kind of out there, yet they managed to make us care about a giant prehistoric
The reason they do it is
dolphin.
because the reason they do it is because Lucia has been technically in the story since the very beginning. We just didn't know.
Exactly, I know, because basically what the Spectre was, it was apparently Lucia fighting with the Spectre, and I assume there was a cloth thrown over them or something. That's why it looked like a huge blob. But
UK
yeah.
English text done by 3 people.
So this is when
Yeah.
Luke was sending the letter to Layton.
It is of course, it is a bonus. I think we all 4 of us can agree that the creators of this series poured their heart.
Why did you put your bike on top of my car?
Because she has to bring it, Professor.
Well, then right next to me then, you lazy bitch.
Oh, come
Layton
on,
only has a
Professor.
small car.
Come
all
on,
the books and
Professor. Come on, Professor.
Anyway,
It's
like
a cute lady helping you out and who's your assistant.
I already have a cute lady. It's called my wife.
Oh,
Professor,
Professor.
we're not in Layton Brothers yet, Professor.
No, I'm talking about outside filming these games.
Oh, God, Professor. Even in that case, that's harsh in hindsight.
Are you questioning my marriage?
No, Professor, what I'm saying is that you're...
Check it out. Gorski's actually faster than Emmy's motorcycle.
Yep. Basically, Professor, your love life is,
Let's just say your love life hasn't exactly been the most peaceful one.
if
Hey,
it's-
how about a race between Groski and Sonic? That could happen, I guess.
Sonic. Well, of course Sonic could win.
And by the way, I love the music.
No,
This
somehow I don't know.
By the way, this music we're listening to is called Pax Maveri. It's an instrumental song version of the original Japanese ballad from the Japanese version of the game. And yeah, it's a very beautiful tune, if I must say so myself.
So yeah, this is when Layton was fighting the Spectre.
Come at me, bro.
And there's Luke finally getting reunited with the real Dolan and his mother, which is made even more empathetic by the fact that we watched the episode.
Assistant to Director of Cinematography.
Telecom animation film. Of course, Evie's trying on the Black Raven's one. Of course she's tall enough to look like the actual Raven. Of course she'd be a pretty good asset considering all the moves she could pull off.
Yeah.
She almost caught a few of them
Emmy
too.
Altava, Master of Disguise.
And basically
Hey.
Ariana went on to play the ocarina.
I'm not gonna go into final thoughts, but I would like to mention something just for the sake of making my final thoughts, because I learned my lesson from the last 2 games. So I'm gonna try my best to keep my final thoughts in the next part short. But I would like to mention something like Jovah mentioned about Lucia. First of all, continuing on what Jovah was talking about in terms of the whole Lucia being a great character despite being introduced late. Well, if there's one thing all 4 of us can agree, I think, is that the creators of these series clearly poured their heart and soul into all these games. I think it's something we all can agree.
Oh, what do you know, Professor? Emmy can also get you tea too, according to that upstart screen.
And Layton seems to enjoy the tea.
But one thing that I will mention, like Jovah mentioned about Lucia, I'd like to talk about Emmy. One thing that I love, it was a risk when you think about it, bringing a 3rd character into the classic duo that people grew to love in the original trilogy. But Hino is, of course, a master of creating lovable characters, so Emmy, right off the bat, is immediately charming. And it was incredibly easy for fans, including myself, to accept her as a 3rd member of the main cast.
And as you can see by the ending, Ariana and Tony are once again learning to mingle with the crowd. And they made a statue of Lucia in her honor.
So, quick question. How did the garden actually cure Ariana?
Basically, it was the air there. The air is pure enough to apparently cure anyone of a disease.
The air is pure and has healing properties.
The end.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Which we'll actually see in the next part. The actual finale. And now, for the stinger.
Oh.
Luke is going to live with the professor for a while, as we know by the original trilogy.
Almost. Just let me say goodbye to my friends.
Are you nervous?
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be okay. Thank you.
I knew you would.
You were right. Everyone in town has been so nice to me. It feels so good to be surrounded by
All I had to
friends
do was
again.
talk to them and then it turned out it was alright.
That's great.
Will I see you again?
Well, I think so. I mean, of course you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Deal?
we're
And
never
according
going to see her
to-
again, are we?
And according to a lot of the fan base, we grow up to be husband and wife, too.
Where did they get
And
that
every-
rumor from, I wonder? No, seriously, Luke, where did they get that rumor from?
Oh, cute.
Apparently, it's hinted at times. And the fans really drew up on that.
I think you might be behind us, Shira, but whatever, we're almost done.
So, yeah. Oh, Professor, I guess I'm gonna be living with you for the next few years.
No!
Just you, me, and Emmy.
A year later, Ariana fully recovered from her illness. The discovery of
And-
the Golden Garden.
And
was
now,
made public
Professor, you
thanks
get
to the
credit
work of
for
an
finding
eminent
the Golden
archaeologist.
Garden.
So yeah, the whole the story in
became
Curious Village
known
where
to
they're talking about the
all,
famous
as did the
archaeology and
name of the
everything.
man who
Well, this
solved
was
his
the
puzzle,
first
Professor
thing that made me
Herschel
think
Layton.
So this is
There we go.
this is how Level 5 found out about you, Professor. They basically made a biography about you via this game.
Hold
Oh,
on.
nice.
Here's Jovah's favorite character.
It appears that I underestimated Layton.
Yeah, he's figured out Layton found the
All
Golden
things happen in
Garden.
good time. Don't worry, Master. Oh, I'm not worried. After all, patience is a virtue.
Yeah, Disco's definitely one of
Yes.
my favorites.
Yes, and come, next game will be in full 3D. How
Cell
lovely.
shaded awesomeness and everything.
Yes, lovely.
I prefer that. A movie.
Indeed.
Yeah, the film. Yes,
Anyway.
yes, I get to be in the big budget film.
Before we end, just carrying on what I was saying, just so I can get this out of the way from my final thoughts.
Unless you want to save it
Um,
for the actual finale, which is next part.
All right, fine. See you.
All right. See ya.
Let's see you then.
Okay.